Hey, what's up, YouTube? Well, back with another video. Can't believe it's already the Monday after Easter. What do you know? I'm able to make a video again. And I haven't really decided on what I'm going to do about going to my sister's graduation or not, but I'm pretty sure I will try to find some way to go, even if my mom, doesn't want me to go. And I don't know, I guess I'll just kind of pretend right up until the day it happens that I might not go, just for her sake. So anyway, I'm not really good with decisions like that. And what I want to talk about on this video, well, I'm sure you can imagine what I'm going to end up talking about, and that it pertains to the last thing I uploaded. And I don't know why, this time of year reminds me of poop. And we had yet another crappy Easter, but not as bad as last year. I don't know why I always think about potty training around this time of year, perhaps because of egg hunts and children, going to egg hunts and all that. And some of the positions they get in when they're hunting eggs. And that's why I'm actually surprised, by all the Easter stuff that really did feature the Rugrats. But what I'd like to talk about is something I've talked about many times before, and it is my definition of being potty trained. Okay, and like I've stated before, the world has a totally conflicting definition of what it means to be potty trained. And although I've never had a kid of my own and hopefully never will, well, I mean, technically I can't because I don't have my uterus anymore, which, wow, I'm already going to be 5 years post-op on the 12th. Oh my goodness, 5 years. Never thought I'd see the day. So basically, my definition of potty trained is very simple. The world believes a baby to be potty trained when they pee on the potty most of the time, they know where the bathroom is, they know how to use the bathroom, and they wear real underwear. Okay, well, I've brought some show and tell today, which this right here is a drink-and-wet baby. And what that means is if I had the bottle that was intended to go with the baby, you would put the bottle in the baby's mouth, and I'm not going to do this. I could use a syringe, but since it takes forever to dry, basically you give the baby a bottle of water, and it would come out of the bottom. So you can imagine why I call it a girl. So this baby right here, is a drink-and-wet baby. And that's one thing I've never understood, is why they don't have Rugrat merchandise like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine this baby having an Angelica head, and then another one having Tommy and Chucky and the other kids' head? Well, you're not going to tell me that they couldn't have manufactured Rugrat dolls like this, okay? You're not going to tell me that they couldn't make a doll that was a drink-and-wet baby but looked like the Rugrat characters. But no. They had to make a bunch of dolls that had clothing that couldn't be removed. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so frustrating, because it's like, I feel like the show, I mean, that's how you know it was a boys' cartoon, which I might make another video about how girls have dolls, boys have cartoons, and how, the boys, the cartoon world is definitely a boys' world, just like the doll world is a girl's world. It's female dominated to the extent that the cartoon world is male dominated. And that's how Rugrats was clearly a primarily boys' cartoon, which is why I have such problems with it, and why, I really don't want to get involved with it anymore, because I feel like it is aimed primarily at the gender that just never learns to wipe very well. And I feel like that is why, my videos are getting thumbs downs, And I am having such a hard time with these little fanboys that have grown up. You know, they were born at a time when they could have been the age of the Rugrats, you know. They could have been pooping their diaper right there with the Rugrats as they watched it. And now they've grown up and become, you know, diehard defenders of the show and all the people behind it. And it's like, you know, I really do think that that's why I'm having these problems. Because, see, while girls were playing with toys like this, you know, that I wouldn't say they celebrated bodily functions, but it was just a normal, and still is, just a normal everyday thing. I mean, look at Baby Alive. You know, it's not a boy's toy. But, you know, it's just a normal everyday thing to find a doll in the girls section that is a Drink-and-Wet doll. Whereas boys, you know, they think it's a big fat joke. You know, bodily functions are a joke to them. And, you know, it's just something that they refuse to believe that girls and female characters even poop whatsoever. Let alone that, you know, when they're a baby, they might use their diaper for anything but pee. So yeah, it's like, you know, I just don't know why, you know, there was never any Rugrat merchandise where you could strip down the characters to this extent and make them pee or poo or whatnot. So, you know, it just makes me so mad because it's like I don't want a stinking t-shirt, you know. I mean, I'm wearing a solid pink shirt right now, but I would never wear the characters on my clothing, and as I've stated so many times that it's ridiculous. I would never wear a Rugrats shirt, and if somebody bought me one, I would turn it inside out and use it as a dust rag or wipe my car after we get it fixed and detailed. Because, you know, one thing men don't consider is that women have certain body parts that make graphic t-shirts not look right on us, if you know what I mean. Our chest is clearly not a billboard, and we have body parts created to do something for a baby that no man can possibly do. And, you know, it's just not something that I would ever wear, you know. I want people to look at me and have no earthly idea that I make videos about that disgusting show. And, you know, it's just like, I just don't know, you know, why, how or why they would expect someone to buy a t-shirt, you know, with that show or any other. And I really think, you know, the fact that they had age minimums on anything, you know, the show was very unusual because it was neither here nor there. I mean, that's how I describe it and what is so unacceptable about it. You see, there are other shows, yes, that are a lot more crude than Rugrats. But what makes it disturbing to me is the fact that it's a show about the youngest age demographic you can get. You know what I'm saying? Kids 3 and under. I mean, it doesn't get any younger and more innocent than that. Okay, so it's a show about the youngest age demographic, yet it's crude and disgusting in many ways. You know, and I think it's ridiculous to have merchandise regarding a show about babies and diapers, but yet it has age minimums, like a puzzle that says 5 to 8 years. I mean, really, you know, it's like that basically excludes all the characters, including the one that thinks she's a miniature adult. And that's why I say, you know, that's why, you know, I've been making all these videos about her pooping in her pants, because I couldn't care less, you know, about the others doing it, because, you know, they're not princess. You know, their nickname isn't princess, and they don't think they're miniature adults. They don't go around saying, you dumb babies. And so, you know, I mean, my gut instinct, you know, has always been, I honestly believe that all of them crapped their pants in the third movie. Okay, that is what I honestly believe, and it could be the connection that my mother had already made just from seeing the previews, which is why she didn't want us to go see it. okay? You know, but the point is not that the others didn't crap their pants, it's that Angelica did. See, that's what matters. It only matters because it's her. It's not that I don't think the others did it, it's that it only matters because, you know, she's supposed to not crap her pants, you know, with the way she makes fun of everybody. So yeah, it's like, you know, why I would ever want a t-shirt or any article of clothing, you know, featuring characters that my mom was tired of us watching and didn't want us to go to the movies to see, you know, what, 18 years ago? Wow. Has it been that long? So if 18 years ago, you know, the movie was already going out of style with even the target age demographic that was getting older, you know, and if I wouldn't have worn it, you know, when the show was actually popular, like at the peak of popularity around the first movie, I wouldn't have worn Rugrat shirts. You know, why the hell would I do it today? You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm 38 years old, I have some gray hairs coming in, and I'm old enough to be a grandparent. Why the hell would I want anything featuring such characters? You know, and why they don't make things that would actually have value, you know what I'm saying? Dolls that could actually go nude. I've never understood that. You know, why do they make, you know, so much merchandise where you still, like, you never find out, you never ever ever are shown, you know, what the older kids wear beneath their clothing. I mean, it's still a mystery. You know, every character's undergarment, you know, Chucky and younger is shown, but not the older girls. Okay, so it's like, even if you bought every piece of merchandise featuring the characters, you still wouldn't know exactly what they wear beneath their clothes. So, you know, why would I even, you know, and it's like, you know, these people that want to say she didn't crap her pants, like I've stated before, it's like, you know, if she didn't crap her pants, you will have to provide me an image of the inside of her underwear. And you know, I can honestly tell you, you know, that is never shown. And, you know, before this video gets too long, I'd like to finally get down to what I was going to talk about, and that's my definition of potty trained. And like I've stated before, my definition of potty trained is basically you're 100% perfect like a woman and you are independent, okay? So, you know, this idea, I mean, you know, a baby can be this young. See, if I put water in this baby's mouth and held it over a receptacle, it would pee in it, okay? But is this doll potty trained? No. Okay, neither is a small baby that does elimination communication. Okay, it's just an automatic thing. So basically, my definition of potty trained is as long as someone has to clean up, deal with, and smell your literal SH, you are not potty trained, okay? You see, as I've stated a year ago, I am potty trained in the sense that I take care of my basic needs, and my father has no idea. As far as he's concerned, I don't poop, okay? Because that is how little he knows about my bodily functions. You know, I don't discuss it with him. I don't, you know, even if something was medically wrong with me, I wouldn't feel comfortable talking to him about it. I'd feel better, you know, calling my mom and talking to her simply because she's another woman. But he knows nothing about my bodily functions, okay? That is the definition of potty trained. Okay, so as long as mama has to wipe you or mama has to remove your clothing or, you know, anybody has to do anything for you in the bathroom, you are not potty trained. I don't care what you wear, you know, and if you have any accidents whatsoever, you're not potty trained. You know, so by my definition, some grown men are not potty trained. So that's what I say. You know, when I say Angelica isn't potty trained, you know, that's what I mean. You know, she's, you know, for all we know, she could be wearing a diaper under that ugly outfit that she wears all the time, that clown-looking outfit. You know, and like I've stated before, I mean, even if that were not the case, you know, because let's just pretend, you know, to think that Bart and Lisa Simpson are potty trained. Okay, well, would I wear a Simpson shirt? No, absolutely not. Because I think they're disgusting, ugly characters. So yeah, it's like, I'm not convinced that Angelica is potty trained. In fact, I'm not even convinced that a child in the real world is potty trained, even if they wear panties, because at 3 years old, they did a study on 3-year-olds, and they measured like all the skills involved in potty training. And you know what percentage of boys were wiping their own butt clean by 3 years old? 0%. So even the half of boys that were in underwear as opposed to diapers were still not able to wipe their own butt clean. And less than 25% of girls were able to wipe without help by 3 years old, okay? So this idea that Chucky or Susie or Angelica are potty trained, even though we've never seen them wipe their butt, we've never seen them wipe anything whatsoever, we've never seen the older girls use the toilet whatsoever, or even pull down their pants, okay? Show me the episode where she pulls down her pants. We're supposed to believe that they're potty trained. Well, my definition, like I say, of potty trained means that you wipe 100% clean. No one needs to help you do anything. And basically, as far as anyone else is concerned, you don't poop, like me. I mean, I'm so discreet about it that as far as other people are concerned, I don't poop. I could go out right now and get a blue slush, and my father would have no earthly idea. Like, if I paid cash and didn't tell him about it, he would have no earthly idea, for any reason that I had a blue slush. Okay, well, I don't believe that is true for Angelica. I believe that if she ate something blue or green or purple at her Aunt Dee Dee's house, in the truest sense that she exists, I believe that Charlotte and Drew would have a very good reason to suspect that she ate something with blue food coloring within a few hours to a day. And, that is not the case with me. No one has to look at, smell, clean up, or deal with my literal SH word. Unless you consider my videos to be that. But I digress. So, yep, my definition of potty trained is different from the world's definition. And because of that, I don't believe that any of the Rugrats characters, or even, any other characters on other shows, you know what I'm saying? Like the Hey Arnold characters, or, any other character. Like, I would not, really, I just don't like cartoon t-shirts, because, the minute I see somebody in a cartoon shirt, as far as I'm concerned, graphic t-shirts and stuff with cartoons is for children and retarded people, okay? And I am neither of those things. So I want nothing to do with any cartoon merchandise to wear on my body. I have no use for it whatsoever. So they're wasting their time in marketing to try to advertise that to me. So yeah, it's like, potty trained means that you don't need anyone's help in the bathroom, and your underwear, like basically you have to be at the thong level of potty training as a woman. And of course I don't wear these, but like if I wanted to go get me some white G-strings, I could put those on and they would be as clean at the end of the day as they ever were. So, if you're not at that level, which I don't believe Angelica on Rugrats is, you're not potty trained. And, putting water in this doll and holding it over a toilet does not mean that it's potty trained. Nor does it mean that for a baby under 2 years old. Okay, so this idea that any of the kids were potty trained is just ridiculous. And you say, well, Veronica, the Rugrats are different from normal children. Okay, so then why do I want to wear something that is so abnormal? You know what I'm saying? If they're different from 99 or 100% of normal children, then why do I need to wear such freaks on my clothing? It's already bad enough they don't have an eye color, unlike this beautiful baby. So why would I need to wear such weirdos? And before this video gets too long, I just want to conclude by saying I don't believe that they're potty trained, and I also believe that she crapped her pants on more than one occasion.